More than 200 soldiers have just returned from their 9-month deployment in Kosovo. I want to say that I did this all by myself, putting up these lights, but that would be a lie. She looks like a real person, and she's even wearing a belt. But if you look on the other side, you can see she's made of glass. I'm a small girl, I'm from Arizona. The wind is crazy right now. I feel like it's gonna carry me away. Whether you're new in town or just looking for a different place to try out, just look for the guys in green and they might be able to help you out. Got my red, white, and blue on to show my support for Team USA, of course. It can get a little tangled and even be a little risky. So why not hand it off to the professionals? She won't tell me her name. In fact, she's kind of been repeating the same information over and over again. And well, that's because she's a hologram. A total of 15 who have graduated, and the DA's office hasn't seen any of their names since. This carousel was built in 1937, and it's one of only 3 running models of this type. And you can expect to see some of these C-130s flying overhead. People can't help but notice their presence in the community when they're patrolling on horseback. Well, I haven't gone sledding since I was really little, and last time I did that, I sprained my ankle. I personally went from wearing shorts on a Monday to bringing out my snow boots on a Friday. This is just one home that was affected by the storm, and you can see just how much hail got inside this home, causing all this damage. And you can see at one point the water went up this high. All this snow has created a snow day for many people, and I thought, hey, why not join in on some of the fun? So let's learn about the art of sledding.
You got it, don't worry. You just don't have to be nervous when you're just sliding on snow, so. And they hurt, but once you learn how to take the right path, it's all good.
So I'm gonna go right down this path.
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Arizona.
Oh, that makes sense.
How would you guys rate my sledding technique?
10 out of 10.
8 out of 8.
You just missed the
someone.
So this Arizona girl has learned some proper sledding techniques, but I still think I gotta give it another try again, even though the boys did give me a pretty high score.
See, falling off the bone.
Possibly did.
All right.
Staff Sergeant Nicholas Davis has been cooking for more than 10 years, and it's a job he says he loves doing in the Army.
We got to go through a few different things, different cutting techniques, the best way to actually cut the birds as efficiently as we can, because as you can see, we got a lot to do.
Culinary arts specialist on Fort Carson will cook 350 turkeys, complete with all the fixings.
That's delicious skin.
Recipe is actually pretty standard, salt, pepper, butter, and just standard 350 baking like you would at home. We don't elaborate too much on anything because, we're feeding 3,000 people. You don't want to go overboard with seasonings.
It's a lot of work for soldiers who volunteer their time to feed the homeless through the Salvation Army Feed the Homeless program.
This may be the only meal that they get, so it's a very strong point for us to make sure that we provide a good meal for these individuals, because if it's the last meal they're going to have for a couple of days, we want it to be a good one. Peel this back a little bit so you see those 2 little bones up there.
The most challenging part?
The constant rotation of birds into the oven, out of the oven, cutting them, bringing more birds into the oven and out of the oven and cutting them. It's just a constant rotation, and but we've got it down pretty good now.
But soldiers say all the work is worth it.
You can affect people's outlook. You can change people's lives with a good meal. So now you have carved a leg successfully. I always say that if you're having fun at your job, you'll never work a day in your life. So I haven't worked for 10 years. I love my job and I love what I do.
At Fort Carson, Christina Dawidowicz, Fox 21 News. From flips, twirls, and head spins, breakdancing is a work of art.
You're allowed to express yourself freely. There's no complete, specific way that it needs to be done.
While breakdancing was prominent in the 90s and early 2000s, these b-boys, or breakdancers from the group Soul Mechanics, say it never left, and the culture of breakdancing is stronger than ever.
The general audience don't have an idea that, breakdancing is still around and has been around.
Local dancers say within the last 5 years, Colorado has become a prime breakdancing community, even hosting international competitions in Boulder.
It's a dance where you get to express yourself, where you get to communicate with somebody else.
While the dance form started in the streets, it's now an art.
It's about telling a story, and it really comes down to telling your story, your personal life story. On who you are.
It gives people an outlet.
So I thought I'd test out my dance moves.
Just like yoga.
It definitely takes a lot. It takes a lot of passion, a lot of drive. It takes a lot of discipline, for sure.
There's people out there who are hard workers from the beginning, and you're just looking at them like...
So maybe I won't compete, but I'm told any dance move could work.
There's a big emphasis on being original.
Everybody gets to have their own style, you know? Like, I hate to describe b-boying as one thing when it can't be just like a painting can't be one thing.
In Colorado Springs, Christina Dawidowicz, Fox 21 News.